In the quiet town of Elmwood, a new Facebook page suddenly appeared. Its name simply The Forgotten Memories. People in the town started receiving invites to like the page, even though no one could recall who created it. Curiosity got the better of them, and soon enough, nearly everyone in town had liked the page. At first, the posts were nostalgic, featuring old photographs and memories of Elmwood's past. People were delighted, sharing stories and connecting over forgotten moments. One day, a post appeared showing a picture of the old Elmwood schoolhouse, now abandoned. The caption read, "Do you remember the secrets buried here?" The picture looked eerily vivid, as if it was taken that very day, though the schoolhouse had been closed for decades. A few residents commented, asking who took the photo, but no one replied. The next post showed an old family photo, one that hadn't been seen in years. The family in the picture was of the Thompsons, who had mysteriously disappeared in the 1970s. This post simply said, "We never left." Townsfolk began to feel uneasy, but the posts continued, each more disturbing than the last. The local barber received a message from the page, asking if he remembered the razor he lost years ago. He did, and to his horror, the next post showed his old razor, covered in rust and dried blood. A woman named Clara saw a post about her childhood doll, which she had lost when she was 10. The picture showed the doll, now weathered and torn, sitting on her front porch. Clara was terrified, yet when she opened her door, the doll was nowhere to be found. The posts became increasingly personal, revealing secrets no one else should know. A man named George saw a picture of himself as a teenager, standing by a grave he never spoke of. The caption read, "You can't hide forever." People started unliking the page, but the posts continued to appear on their feeds. Some tried to delete their Facebook accounts, but the page followed them even offline. The mayor decided to take action and called a town meeting. At the meeting, they discussed the eerie page, trying to figure out who was behind it. But when they tried to access the page during the meeting, it was as if it never existed. Panic set in, and people began to report seeing visions of the images from the page in real life. One night, a loud knocking echoed through the town, coming from every door simultaneously. When people answered, they found nothing but a single word carved into their doors: "Remember." The town's historian, Mr. Whitman, recognized the word from an old local legend. He spoke of a curse placed on Elmwood by a woman wronged centuries ago. Her dying words were, "They will remember me when the forgotten return." The Facebook page, it seemed, was the medium through which the curse was exacting its revenge. As days passed, Elmwood became a ghost town, with people too frightened to leave their homes. The posts became more intense, showing live feeds of people's darkest moments. One post showed a woman's kitchen, and in real time, the knives began to levitate. The post was shared before she could stop it, and soon the whole town was watching. The woman ran, leaving her home behind, but the next post showed her on the road, terrified. She never made it out of town, and the last image of her was at the old schoolhouse. The caption read, "She's with us now." Children started disappearing next, their images posted on the page before they were taken. Parents tried to protect them, but it was as if the page had a mind of its own. Each child was lured to the schoolhouse, where the page claimed they'd find what they lost. No one who entered the schoolhouse ever came back. Desperation gripped the town, and they decided to burn down the schoolhouse. As they set it ablaze, the Facebook page went silent for the first time. People hoped the nightmare was over, but the next day a new post appeared. It was a video showing the town burning the schoolhouse. The flames roared, but a figure stood untouched by the fire. The figure was a woman, her eyes glowing with fury, and behind her were the lost children. The video cut off, but the horror had just begun. People tried to leave Elmwood, but the roads out of town were blocked by fog. The Facebook page started posting the names of those who tried to flee. Each name was followed by an image of their abandoned car, empty and covered in dust. The curse was in full effect and there was no escape. The town's pastor tried to pray for salvation, but his church was found empty the next day. The next post showed him kneeling in front of the schoolhouse, eyes vacant. The page captioned it, "Faith is forgotten here." Some residents tried to fight back, smashing their computers and phones. But the posts started appearing in their mirrors and televisions instead. No matter what they did, the page was always one step ahead. The posts became mocking, showing people's last moments before they disappeared. A post showed a man locked in his basement, the walls closing in on him. The next post revealed the basement, empty, with only his screams echoing in the distance. The town realized they were being toyed with, but they had no power to stop it. The mayor's house was the next target, with a live feed showing his every move. He tried to address the town via a video on the page, but his message was distorted. His face twisted, and his words turned into nonsensical, horrifying whispers. The page ended the broadcast with a simple message: "Law all hours." People stopped going outside, fearing what might happen if they did. The streets were empty, but the posts kept coming, now more bizarre than ever. One showed a clock ticking backwards, counting down to an unknown event. As the clock struck midnight, the town's power went out, plunging everyone into darkness. The next post was a live feed of the schoolhouse, glowing in the night. Figures could be seen moving inside, shadows of those who had been taken. The final post was a picture of the entire town, taken from above. The caption was chilling: "The forgotten have returned." People began to vanish without a trace, their homes left untouched. The page became eerily quiet, only posting a single word each day: "Soon." Those who remained in Elmwood could only wait, knowing their time was running out. The last post came unexpectedly, with no warning. It showed the schoolhouse door creaking open, and inside, nothing but darkness. The caption simply read, "Welcome home." The town of Elmwood was never heard from again, and the page vanished from Facebook. But the legend lived on, passed down in hushed whispers by those who dared to remember. Some say if you search hard enough, you can still find the page. But be warned, liking it is a one-way ticket to a world where the forgotten reign. The story of Elmwood became an urban legend, but those who knew the truth kept silent. Occasionally, a new Facebook page appears, eerily similar to the forgotten memories. And every time it does, a town somewhere in the world goes quiet. They say the curse never truly ends, it just finds new victims. The haunting continues, moving from town to town, feeding on those who forget the past. So next time you receive a Facebook invite from an unknown page, think twice before accepting. It might be more than just a harmless trip down memory lane. For the curse of Elmwood waits, patient and hungry, in the digital shadows. And it's only a matter of time before it strikes again. The story serves as a grim reminder. Some memories are best left forgotten. But in the end, the past always catches up, no matter how far you run. The digital age has given new life to old curses, and they are stronger than ever. So be careful where you click, for you never know what might be lurking behind the screen.